Wild Turtle officially retires.
Hi,
Check
this
this
is
out.
Wild Turtle, and this is my first retirement video, and possibly my last.
Hey, never say that. Never say never. It could be your third or your fourth coming up in a few years.
I'm pretty nervous. Retiring from esports, it was like a pretty big part of my life. It's a really bittersweet moment for me to be here in the seat and tell you guys I'm retiring. Well, it's an end of an era for me. I think there's a lot of high moments and a lot of low moments and a lot of sacrifices while I was playing. And I feel like it's time for me to retire. I just turned 30 about last week, and I'm ready, guys. I'm ready for the next chapter. How am I feeling about all this? I kind of feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulder a little bit. Just because I've been so tied to esports for such a long time, and I've been here for such a long time. Kind of be myself now, maybe be Jason instead of Wild Turtle. Everyone knows me as that. So, well, when I first started playing League, I never knew or never even thought I was going to be a pro player. I kind of just played for the fun of it. I played Dota a lot too. Shout out to Dota, and yeah,
Shout
I
out
never
to
knew I
Dota.
was going to be a pro esports player.
Same here.
So it was like, honestly, like a dream come true, kind of, that it just happened naturally. I got into League in the first place just because some kids at my high school were playing League of Legends, and I was like, that game is garbage. I don't want to play that game. There was like more LANs happening at my high school, and I started joining these LANs as like a noob League of Legends player, but I already played Dota and stuff, so I was actually doing fine already, and that's kind of how it started for me. I think I was more of like an introvert back when I first started playing League of Legends.
That's so relatable. I only played League because Heroes of New Earth servers were down. If Heroes of New Earth servers did not have so much maintenance, I never would have played this game.
I wasn't very good at like communicating or like talking at all. Like I was always kind of more shy, and I feel like now, I think I'm more comfortable with myself and kind of grown into like who I am now. So I think that's like the biggest difference. I think I mostly identify as just Jason, average, not too average because I'm good at League, but just your everyday guy. Before I became a pro player, I honestly probably would have
A man of
studied
the people.
computer science. I was just going to school like a normal guy, playing in the Challengers League, trying to make money here and there. So I ended up becoming an AD carry player, mostly due to the fact that I liked playing Corki, Graves, and Ez. I think those were like the main champions I liked playing.
Okay, guys, back in the day, actually, you only played AD carry as like you played AD carry champs mid or sometimes even like top, but like you never played them bottom in NA. And then after season 1, this is gonna be super boomer for me to say, but the AD carry support meta only happened after season 1 Worlds. And so you would just swap to you just got swapped to playing bot lane if you wanted to play like Ashe, Caitlyn, Corki, those kinds of champs. Just because it's just like, well, mages go mid and AD carries go bot, and you're just like, what? Like why? Like why did that happen?
Before I played the AD carry, everyone was just like playing the mid. So I was playing the mid too, but then they kind of force you to play in an AD carry role, and then I just decided to play that role. You just made your own teams, competed. There was like no regulation. You would just like bounce teams. There's no contract, so if you didn't like your team, you'd be like, all right, peace. So that was always kind of fun.
I love that part of it.
I basically got like a text message from Reginald over the League client. He was like, hey, you want to come and sub for LCS? And I was like, sure. So I flew down to LA, played my first match, didn't know what to expect. I already had respect for my teammates, so that was like really big because it's TSM. And then I just went into the match, not really thinking about much, just thinking about how, well, not even thinking, actually just playing and just trying to do my best. And then that moment happened.
They turn it around. Wild Turtle at the back, just hitting one after the other. There's a double
His
kill.
pentakill first day.
That's gonna feed
Subbing
him
in for Chaos, and then it's just GG.
That's gonna be a quadra kill. Can he get the pentakill? Front you, 1-on-1. It's gonna be the pentakill for a beautiful play. Wild Turtle.
Pentakill locked in. Didn't even realize I got a pentakill, and then I think my heart was just racing, and I was like, yeah, that was the biggest moment ever. I think the signs were leaning that I was going to be joining TSM after that moment, but for me, I was still like reluctant because I was like, hey, I still have like C9, so I was still kind of like loyal to my previous team, even though it's like, hey, go. Everyone on my previous team was like hi, and everyone was like, yeah, go for it, bro. Join TSM. Don't hang out with us anymore. Bye. And I was like, all right, later. I think winning was like
That's very
the thing
supportive.
I wanted the most, and I enjoyed streaming for a period of my time too, but then I decided to be more kind of diving in more into esports, and I kind of like left the streaming world behind me a little bit and tried harder to win League of Legends. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I had a moment where I think the League finals, I don't know what year it was, 2018, 2019, and then some fans invited me to like the St. Louis Zoo, and I was like, all right, I'll come over. And then I was just hanging out with some fans at a zoo. So that was a pretty fun moment for me. Yeah, they just messaged me on Twitter. It's like, hey, come to the zoo, the St. Louis Zoo. And then I was like,
I
all
want to
right,
say that was
I'm
2019.
down. It was great. I still keep in touch with the fan, and like it's honestly pretty nice, very nice feeling. Yeah, video games has been like a really good avenue for me to connect with friends and grow as a person, get better at communicating. Taught me a lot about emotions. Yeah, honestly, video games have really helped me a lot throughout my life, and I'm very, very grateful. I think one of my most fond memories in my time like playing League of Legends, well, obviously the pentakill, but everyone always talks about that one, so that one's always following me around. And winning IEM Katowice in Poland, I think that was like one of the biggest lands I won as a player, and it was a really intense moment for me as a competitor that, hey, we beat like these Korean teams, we beat these Chinese teams, so that was like a very big moment for me. I think League of Legends changed my life in the way that I got to travel and meet fans all across the globe. You kind of feel like, I don't know how that feels, it just feels like a global, you feel like you have you reach a lot of people, you touch a lot of people's hearts with your gameplay. Like, I like making people happy, and if you're happy, you know, it's just a nice feeling. You get rewarded for making other people happy. I've achieved my goal, I'd say so, yeah. My experience going from player to coach was a pretty hard change considering I was like a pro player. So when I see my teammates doing like these minor mistakes, I'm just like, why guys? It's not that hard, why? So that would always kind of get me riled up a bit. And then, you know, talking to the players, being able to tell them like, hey, you messed up because of XXX. I don't want to always be like, I'm the coach, listen to me. So that was like always hard for me because that wasn't really my personality as a person. I'm always like, I'm like not like an absolute person, so that was like kind of hard for me. Coaching is very, very hard. You spend like the same amount of time as you would a player would because you're like there with the team the entire time. So coaching is much harder than it seems, which is also why I have to hang up the towel. Yeah, thanks for, wait, one more thing. A huge shout out to Shopify Rebellion. You guys are the best esports org. I think this org joining the esports space is definitely much needed. It's a breath of fresh air. This org is honestly what an esports org should be. And if you're an aspiring player, this is where you want to be. It's treated me very well, I think, Shopify. It's a place I would always call home. Like even in Toronto, here, wherever Shopify is, it's my home now. Why am I retiring? I think my enjoyment with the esports space has finally come to an end, and I start enjoying doing other things like skiing, spending time with my family, spending time with the pets. Why do I feel that way? I don't know, I'm not particularly good at anything else other than video games. There's that. Yeah, so that's the big one. I mean, retiring is like a really big moment for me considering I've been in esports for the last...
One sec, I gotta pick my champ. I'm playing mid here. Okay.
13 years, and it's been my main identity for like a really long time, and I think it's time to close that chapter and move on forward. And I'm happy to talk to my fans one last time. Well, I want to spend more time with my family now and go on different adventures, see what's out there, maybe do some e-com, Shopify. I think mostly just going to be taking a big break.
Do some e-com.
Relax, hang out with the pets, hang out at home, talk to my mom a bit more. My mother's tongue isn't very good anymore, so I need to practice my Vietnamese. Am I going to be playing League of Legends anymore? Maybe not so much anymore. I'm going to take a long break and come back and be a washed up noob. So we'll see if I can hit Challenger again in maybe a year. What I'm looking forward to the most in Canada right now is, I know this sounds crazy, but the cold weather. I want to go skiing again. I want to go to the hot springs and enjoy that cold life and shovel some snow in my backyard, something like that. I think for me, I still want to be like very involved in the League community, just help new players get into the scene and guide players. So I'm gonna find a way on my platforms to help promote you guys and promote anyone that wants to know more about esports or become a League player. How do I plan to live a full life? Well, every day I'm gonna wake up and be like, wow, the sun's great today. Or like, wow, it's raining. You gotta just enjoy life as it comes. So is it cliche if I just say thank you for supporting me throughout my entire career? I appreciate all my fans and hope you guys are all doing well now.
Well, I really do wish him the best. I think that's like a pretty great reason to stop. If you're not feeling passionate about it, time to stop.